All right, folks, here going live again on a daily walk. So last night we got started making the day labor marketplace app prototype. If you take a look at the screenshot, take a look at the video, you'll see where we are with it. Big thing we realized is that we had to have a feature that allows workers to know if they're due to come in, at what time, what different types of shoes they should wear, what kind of uniform and things like that. But we'd love to have your input, get more information on what you think we should actually put into the app to make it that much better for everyone. But yeah, it's a good starting point. Right now, we're actually going through the idea generation and the planning phase. So what you're going to find is that we're going to make a lot of different changes, a lot of different iterations. And when I say iterations, I just mean changes that change over time. So let's say we make one change today, then tomorrow we want to change it back. That's one iteration. So we're making really good progress with the app and actually moving a lot faster than I thought we would. You know, a lot of us coming on here talking through the chat has been to get folks corralled up and get folks interested in what we have going on. Because at the end of the day, we need the help of the community to build a solid app that is actually useful and that people actually want. So I think we're making good timing with that. Been very aggressive with the schedule. I think we said we're trying to get everything done within the next week or so. Doesn't have to be within the next week. It can be the next 2, 3 weeks because let me take a quick seat for a moment. But the idea here is that the app is going to change. It's going to be growing. We'll add on monetization. Eventually, we may actually extend out past our core theme, which is day labor, and we may get to short-term extended labor. Eventually, we may go into the staffing firm territory, even though that's not the goal right now. Our disruption or our value within the marketplace at this point is in doing a day labor app. So for now, that's our focus. We remain open to other avenues, but we want to stay focused right now so we can actually hit what we're trying to do. All right. Get notifications here. There we go. So yeah, so that's where we are with that. This channel is going to be bringing a lot more things as well. We'll be bringing AI tools for business owners, AI tools for entrepreneurs, and things like that. But right now, our main focus is focusing on the app that we are building, a day labor marketplace app. You can see the previous video. We made video step 2 yesterday, which shows the prototype, our first prototype of how the app will look. So I'd love to get some feedback on that. Right now, the graphics aren't quite there. We're working on core functionality, things like, okay, what's the rate that the employer is paying? Can the prospective employee send messages to the employer prior to getting the job? All the small things you want to work out. So would love to have your feedback on that, guys. So check out the video part 2 that we posted yesterday. But other than that, just out here getting my daily walk in. We're taking a look through all the different AI tools for the business owners, also for everyone else. So yeah, so we're really, really excited about everything that we have going on right now. We have React that we're using to build out the mobile app for both iOS and Android. We also have the typical web app as well. So happy to have you guys here. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already yet. We're looking forward to a lot more tool updates and enhancements in the coming days. But the goal now is to have the app fully completed within the next 2 weeks. We're going to use Claude Code to get that done. So that's what we're kind of working on now. Around the clock, I think we were up with the group chat last night at midnight working through it. So good things to come. Very, very excited about that. Check out part 1 and part 2 of the Day Labor Marketplace app that we already posted. Go on there when you have a moment, share, like, subscribe, do all those fun things so we can keep the community growing. But yeah, so that's the big thing. But if you guys have any feedback for me, let me know. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone had a great Independence Day, great 4th. I'm here in Washington, D.C. myself. Not sure where you guys are, but yeah, happy to have everyone here. So let's continue focusing on that. Biggest updates we made yesterday were a couple different things. So for the app, it's very important that prospective employees know the uniform they have to show up in, the time they have to show up, and a way they can also communicate with the leadership from the employment team. So Employers have to also add extra things in as well. So that way, when employees apply for the job, they know what they're getting for the day labor opportunity. So that's where we are with that. Very, very excited. The app is definitely coming along. Need some feedback from folks. But yeah, if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We have some amazing things coming, some amazing tools. And like I said, I'm just out here on my daily walk right now. We've been a lot more focused in the evenings. Is probably the time when we're doing most of our coding through Claude Code. But we're always taking suggestions on how you would like the app to work. Ultimately, the goal of the app is to give folks opportunity. Think about rideshare services like whether it be Uber or DoorDash and things like that, and think about how they give folks opportunity for employment. The idea here is that the day labor marketplace app will give folks opportunities. If you have another job already, the idea is you can come in, hop in, get quick work. One enhancement that we added yesterday was so the app will show people when they're getting paid. Is it same day? Is it cash? Is it next day? Because I've realized that's something that's very, very important. Folks want to know how they're getting paid, right? So I encourage you guys to let me know. Take a look at the app. We have the prototype pictures up in video number two. Take a look and get a sense of, is that how you would like the app to look? Is that something that you would like to see in your local community, and how much would it help you? Because at the end of the day, we are building this app for us, everyone who may need quick employment opportunities, also business owners who need team members at the last minute. Think about it. If you're working a job and your team member says, hey, I'm gonna sit home and watch Netflix for the day. I'm not coming in, but they don't tell the boss that. They say, hey boss, I'm sick. So now you're sitting there working by yourself. So the idea is we want to enable folks to be able to get help very, very quickly. So not only does it help out the employer, but also helps out what we call the team members, AKA the employees. So really, really excited. The app is not going to be perfect day one, but the more work we put into it now, the better the app will be when the time comes. But like I said, I'm relying on you guys to tell me what we need in this app. This is a team effort. I'm leading this build, but the idea is that you guys will build your own apps and you'll share with the community if you like, and we'll all help each other out. So that's where we are with that. But it's Sunday. I'm kind of taking a chance to reflect, wind down a little bit. I might hop back onto the app this evening, but for right now, I just want to focus more so on chatting it up a little bit, see everyone's weekend, see how your day's going. Um, we talked about a number of times the importance of physical, mental, spiritual health and things like that. So a morning like this, getting a good walk in, relaxing a little bit, thinking about the app, but not overthinking about the app. So our minds on the app because that's our common goal for this community. But at the same time, we got to unwind a little bit. Like I said, we were up late last night working on the app. Out first thing this morning, grab a coffee. I got some Greek yogurt from Whole Foods, and I put a little bit of fruit into it. So trying to keep the health thing going a little bit. Try to get 30 to 45 minutes a day worth of walking in. That's why it's so great to talk to you guys during that time. Anyone that has not subscribed yet, subscribe, like, repost. The main reason why we need your subscription is that way when we go live times like now, you'll get the notification. It's a lot of different activity going on YouTube. So it's very important that you guys subscribe so we can stay locked in. But yeah, that's all I have. If you guys have anything, let me know. If not, I'll keep yapping on and rambling. um, yeah. So like I said, biggest thing for me is like I said, I'm overly ecstatic and excited. Um, we want to get more folks involved in this build of the app because we want to teach folks how to build apps. A lot more what you're going to see on this channel is going to be tools and tips for small business owners. I'm a small business owner, and we're always trying to figure out ways to do things better. But also, we'll be giving tips on how to use AI in your personal life, anything that can enhance your day, whether it be certifications and stuff like that. So, not really sure where this road's going to take us, but we're all about positivity and productivity. So I'm sure it's going to take us somewhere amazing. Um, but yeah, but when you have a moment, if you have not already, check out video part two. Start with part one because you don't want to do part two before you do part one. Start with part one, get an idea what we've done as far as getting the idea behind the app and what we want to do, a planning phase. Part two, we're still planning, but we started the prototyping. As I mentioned, we started late last night. We got a couple different pictures, a couple different mock-ups of how it's going to look. So take a look at that. That's going to be really, really helpful going forward. Mm, But yeah, that's where we are with it. And yeah, it's coming along very, very well. As I mentioned, the app does not look as good as we want to, but we're not worried about the looks yet. The look part is very easy. Claude has different style guides that we can use to make it look that much better. When I say Claude, I mean Claude Code, the LLM that we're using to help us build out the app. But biggest thing is going to be the features. We want to make sure that we have all the features that we need as much as possible. Features can and will be added on in the future, but it's always easier to make sure we get the features done right. That way, as we architect and build the app, we can make sure everything works well before we write a single line of code. So that's where we are with that. How's everyone Sunday morning coming along? All right, folks. I see we have some new folks in the building. First off, make sure you subscribe so you can see these in the future. But I'm just doing my daily walk and talk, and we're talking about the app that we started building last night. Well, we started planning it about a week or two ago, but we actually started prototyping last night so we can get a sense of how it will look and things like that. So we're very, very excited about that as a community. We've been building that together with input from folks, and I think we're getting more input as we actually have something tangible on paper. So that's where we're working from. Goal is to have the app done within the next week or so. The coding part's the easy part. The planning, the design, that takes a little bit more time because we want to get it right the first few times with a minimal amount of iterations. And I said iterations just mean how many more times we're trying it and things like that. So, but overall, so good. I think I have an idea of the name for the app too. I don't want to put it out there yet because someone may grab the domain and slow down our progress. So we're not going to let that happen. But yeah, we're just working along together, trying to figure out as much as we can about what features we want to have added into the app. And we started yesterday. So far, so good. But for anyone who's just joining, this is a day labor marketplace app. And what that means is, think like Craigslist back in the day, where Craigslist had job access, where you can search for a job and just pretty much get a job the same day. There's a big gap in places like Indeed, where, when you go to Indeed, you're looking for more so even if it's a part-time job, it's more of a permanent part-time job. You're not looking for just day labor type work for Indeed. There's a site called InstaWork that does it, but it's very, very expensive for employers, and it's more of a thing. So we're building out an app that can hopefully help folks replace the need to have to, let's say, for instance, do DoorDash, Uber Eats, and driving. Not to call out those companies specifically, they're great companies, but we're building an app that's focused on the day labor marketplace to kind of give folks the opportunity to work at will. um, we're intentionally not becoming a staffing firm because we don't want to get involved in the regulations. We're just a connector, connecting employers to employees, aka team members. So that's the goal. Really looking forward to it. We've made a lot of strides so far. Check out our videos. Build. I think it's called "I'm Building My Own Apps." You got to have catchy titles for YouTube, but the, the point of it is that we're building out an app, the day labor marketplace, and we have two videos so far. The first shows us how we're planning, the ideation process. The second is actually a prototype. So we have a prototype as of last night. Take a look at it. It looks kind of cool if you ask me. But as I said, we're still building. We're not looking to have it look amazing just yet. We're looking to build on features that are useful. And the hope is that this is somewhere we can all go say, hey, it's a chill Saturday, and I have 4 hours before I meet up with my friends. Maybe I'll go get some work, and there'll be prospective employers, maybe restaurants or, who knows? They'll be like, hey, we need a couple hours of work. You can get paid cash at the end of the day, you know? So you never know. Maybe a situation where you want to go to a nice party or something, you just need a few dollars cash because your paycheck may not come until next week. So we're hoping this is something that will be very helpful, very useful. And we're not just designing stuff just to design, we're designing purposeful things that people can use to make their life that much better. So feel free to give any feedback. As I mentioned, I'm just walking and talking because that's what I do. Try to get 30 to 45 minutes in a day when possible for health purposes, even though I still drink a coffee. So figure that out yourself. But just enjoying this day. What's everybody else got going on? Where you guys calling from? While you guys answer that, I'll continue to yap about what we're doing with the app. So The next phase is as we finish up this part, which is the prototype and the ideation of the app, we're going to actually use Claude Code to start generating the code for us. We're not going to write a line of code. We have Claude Code doing all that. We're just going through and we're putting the thought process behind it. We're kind of evaluating the business back end of it, but Claude Code's going to do the technical coding and things like that. But if you guys have not already, make sure you subscribe. The reason why it's so important to subscribe is that if you don't subscribe, there's no way you'll get this notification the next time I go live. So make sure you subscribe. You don't have to like, you don't have to do share unless you want to, but you have to subscribe. And I'm saying that in the kindest way possible. Make sure you subscribe because that is what gets you these videos. Um, and yeah, like I said, so right now I'm probably about 15 minutes in, but my whole goal is to kind of chat as I walk so I get my exercise in for the day. But if anyone has anything to talk about, feel free. It doesn't have to always be about AI. It would be nice if it is, so that's why we're all here. But you know, if you have personal thoughts, things you want to get off your mind, just feel free to chat in. And also, when you can, try to follow folks that are chatting, subscribe to them. And you know, if you don't like their content, you can always unsubscribe. But it's a lot better to subscribe, give folks a chance, so you kind of get a sense of what everyone else is doing in this community. There's a lot of other folks in this community also building apps, and I love it. Feel free to share your app ideas if you want to go live with me to reach my audience and vice versa. That's always an opportunity as well. We're all about just productivity, positivity, and just making for better days. So I'll reiterate one more time what we have going on today. Very excited because we did prototype the app last night. We went through and we took all the feedback and suggestions that we had and we built it into a first wave prototype. So we can see kind of how the app will end up looking. Ultimately, the app is going to be on the web, but it's also going to be on mobile, such as Android and Apple devices. Uh, so really excited about that. But so far, that's just kind of where we are. We're building out the app, and it's been fun times. We haven't started the coding yet, but the coding will go very quickly. When we start coding, I would say probably give us about maybe a couple days, a week or so, and we'll have something that's actually posted. Now with Android, it takes a little bit longer because Android requires you to do testing for 2 weeks before you can actually post it to the Play Store. So we'll have a little delay in that unless folks want to hop on as testers. And of course, you give me an email, we can have you on as testers earlier. Then we actually do a public release. But Apple's pretty good. I'll tell you, I think I've seen Apple actually test and release software within a couple of days. You know, sometimes same day if you push it, if you say you have an urgency. But we try not to abuse that system. But yeah, so it's gonna be a wonderful time, folks. I mean, if you've never built an app before, you're sitting right here in the driver's seat with us, and we're gonna all build this and create this app together. And you'll watch it come together to be a very, very cool thing. So one thing that we're definitely focused on. Looking forward to that. All right, folks. If that's all we have, then I'll be getting out of here in a moment. The last thing I'm going to mention is make sure you subscribe. That way you can see the updates as we make them uh, to the app and the whole app process. And trust me, you'll see how making an AI tool is not too complicated at all. It's something that anyone can do. And you have this community as your support when it comes to building this app. Anybody can build it. And my job is to show you how easy it is to build the app and also help walk you through building your own app. um, it's pretty straightforward, and it's all about focusing it in on the first few sessions as far as when you're ideating, thinking about what you want to have, when you're planning out the app. And that's where experience comes in, knowing how to plan it out, knowing how to prompt or send loops to Claude Code so that it's designed properly the first time. So you're not going back doing a lot of rework because it can come a point where it's easier just to get rid of the whole app and start over again, you know, if you're not properly doing the work the first time. So that's one thing we're going to focus in on. But really excited to have you guys on the board. Hope everyone has subscribed already. That way you can see future chats as we talk and figure out how we're going to finish building this app. Make sure you subscribe. But to give you guys an update on where we are with the app, last night we prototyped it. If you look at video one and video two, you can actually get a sense of how we prototyped it. So like I said, we're almost through with the initial stages of building out the app. It won't be too much longer. I think maybe one more week, maybe 2 more weeks. But either way, the hardest, or not hardest, the most, because it's a simple process, but the most in-depth involved process we really need everyone locked in is this beginning stage right now, because as we ideate the app, as we finish up the prototype, we need everyone's timely input. That way, we're not backtracking and redoing the app over. We're using React. We have web, also mobile, Android, iOS. We expect to have it fully complete within 1 week. But like I said, we need everyone locked in to make sure we can meet that deadline. Uh, and it's going to be great. So as I mentioned, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure everyone's locked in, and that's kind of where we are with that. So the goal at this point is, as I mentioned, we hope to have the full app done within the next week. So we really need everyone locked in and focused and doing what it takes to give timely feedback. So yeah, but that's where we are. So I'm about to get out of here in a moment. I've been on a little bit. I think I've been on for 20 minutes now, but you guys get the gist of it. We're gonna make sure we finish that up within the next week. So that's the high level goal. But okay, folks, everybody have a wonderful day. I'll be back in a little bit, but in the meantime, make sure you subscribe so you can get the future lives. And what else? Oh yeah, so we're building a day labor app. Pretty much think about how Indeed brings you jobs, but it's not really for that day. It's more so, as I like to call, permanent part time. Sometimes we're looking for folks. Uh, well, we're looking to have an app that can supply jobs to folks in that moment. So that's our main focus. But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe and